what this is about, you hear about a possibility. What I was talking about before we did the practice was the possibility for happiness, the possibility for well-being, the possibility for being able to enjoy your life, be happy, the possibility for being satisfied and content. Mhm. So I was talking about that possibility, and I was saying that that possibility is a real possibility that's available to all of humanity. It's available to you. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter where you're from, what language you speak. It doesn't matter how much you weigh. It doesn't matter how much money you have. All of these things are not relevant when it comes to experiencing the possibility that you were born with. That's why they call it a birthright. You were born with the possibility of being happy, satisfied, content, and peaceful. You wouldn't know that if you looked at human behavior, generally speaking. You know, everybody's pretty crazy, and they're pursuing the happiness through the idea that the understanding that most of humanity has is happiness is a function of what I have, what I do, how I'm seen, right? My appearance to the world and so forth. And so that's what everybody's chasing. Everybody's chasing the money because what I have becomes what I am. If I have the most expensive car, I must be a better person. I must be a higher quality person because I have a higher quality mode of transportation. So this is the whole trip that people are on, you know, and people are becoming more and more desperate in that trip because the resources on this planet are limited. And we're all in competition for the same money. We're all in competition for the same products and everything. So this creates stress, you know, this creates concern, this creates annoyance, this creates an experience of living that is an experience of apprehension. I'm concerned, I'm worried about what's going to happen next. I'm worried about what's going to happen next. I'm afraid of the future. I'm afraid of other people, you know. And so I'm doing everything I can to try and get what I need to be happy. I'm trying to get enough money. I'm trying to be secure enough. How could I be secure enough? Or if I feel insecure, what will make me secure? What will make me secure? What will make me more competitive, right? Because after all, I'm separate from everybody else. I got to compete here. So it'll make me more secure, more competitive. Well, I know what I'll do. I'll get more education. Then people will think that I'm better because I'm smarter. Then I can make more money if I have more education. You see the game? So the game goes on. Then people get PhDs and they discover I'm still not happy. Maybe it's this woman I'm living with. Isn't that how it goes? If you're not happy, you start looking around. Well, what is it? I got to get rid of whatever it is that's in the way here, right? Getting happy. And that's a lifelong process, isn't it? I know, I've been married 4 times. And one of the reasons I'm so committed to this work and so passionate about meditation is because I know that it works. I've experienced the workability of it. I'm finally not getting married again. But that's just one aspect, right? You know, keep repeating the same mistakes, hoping it'll be different. That's just one aspect of it, you know, who I'm with. Where I live. Maybe I'm living in the wrong place, right? Maybe I got the wrong job. You know, so that's what we do. We start looking to see. I gotta keep rearranging the chairs on the Titanic, you know, see if I can get it right. In the meantime, the ship's on its way down. Okay? So this possibility is a real possibility, but it's not something that's going to happen by itself. It's something that you've got to realize. What's that word mean, realize? It means have it become real. How does something become real? How does something come real? I could tell you about this place I know that has great pizza. How does that get real? Yeah, you go there and eat the pizza. That's how it gets real, right? So I've been talking to you about this possibility for well-being, right? And I've been saying to you, it's there right now for you. It's there right now for you. You can have it right now. Well, why don't you have it right now if you can have it right now? Because you're busy. You're busy. You're preoccupied. You're preoccupied with the process that you have come to believe is reality, which is the process that's occurring in your mind. That voice in your head that's talking all the time, describing what's going on, and the idea that this is my body, I'm the personality, you know, I'm the character in this play, right? So this is what's going on all the time, and that's what you're paying attention to, isn't it? When you woke up this morning, that's what happened, wasn't it? You woke up, oh, I'm here again as this body and personality, and I have a story. Where am I at in the story? Can I make the story a good story today? Right? This is the life you're living, right? And in that life, there's no possibility for well-being. Right? That process will have you survive, right? Because you're paying attention all the time, whether you're aware of it or not. You're paying attention all the time to anything that might threaten you, aren't you? Yeah, if it's too cold, you're a little concerned because this body has to have a certain bandwidth in order to survive, right? Hold on. So if you're too cold, you get concerned. If you're too hot, you get concerned, right? Why? Because you're a survival operation, right? If anything happens too much, you get concerned because according to the programming that's running in your mind, it might threaten your existence, right? And that's going on all the time, whether you're aware of it or not, right? It's happening below the level of your focus of attention, right? Otherwise, it would drive you mad, right? But the reality of it is below your level of awareness, there is a survival program running at all times. When you come to a corner and there's a stoplight, you obey the stoplight. You don't think, oh, I'm going to survive through this intersection. See, you don't have to think that way anymore. The program runs automatically to watch the thing. And so that's happening on many, many different levels at all the time. Right? So you're successful at surviving. Good, you're here. Now what? Yeah, so that's it. You're here. That's all that gets you is to be here, right? And then once you're here, since you're experiencing something missing, which is happiness, satisfaction, well-being, and peace, you immediately start playing the game of chasing that, don't you? Yeah, you get up in the morning and you chase that all day, right? And anything that happens in the day that gets in the way of that happiness frustrates you, doesn't it? Like driving your car on the way here. You know, anybody that gets in my way of being happy, I've got to do something about them, right? And if that gets serious enough, we call it war, right? And that's what we got, right? So this possibility is a real possibility, but it's not going to happen on its own because you're busy. You're busy paying attention to your survival programming. You're busy paying attention to the form you're in as a body and a personality, and you're trying to get that to work, okay? It's using up a lot of your energy, right? In fact, it's using up so much of your energy so much of the time, it will result in your life not lasting as long as it could. Yeah, because the body's an energy organism, right? And so if you're burning a lot of energy trying to be happy all the time, and if your muscles are tight and tense all the time because you're afraid somebody's going to be attacking you, you're burning up a lot of energy and there's nobody attacking you, right? And so the body will wear out sooner. And it will start having issues of dis-ease sooner because you're not leaving it alone. Your nervous system is way out of balance, right? The autonomic nervous system has sympathetic and asympathetic, right? The asympathetic is your normal relaxed state that the body's working harmoniously, doing what it needs to do to purify food, take in oxygen, so forth and so on, right? The other side of the autonomic nervous system is the sympathetic side. That's the side that reacts to any incoming threats, right? That's the side that it will increase its level of activity if there's a threat coming, and that increased level of activity is the fight or flight process. And when that happens, the body tightens up, getting ready for action, getting ready to run or fight, right? The problem with this is that the system is out of balance, right? Because the survival programming is dominating you, right? That means your autonomic nervous system is out of balance. In other words, you're always in the process of ready to run or fight. You don't notice it, you could just call it concern, right? Or you don't notice it, you could just call it muscle tension, right? That the nervous system is in a state of muscle tension all the time. But because that state of out of balance is there, it keeps you in a state of discomfort, anxiety. And if that anxiety lasts long enough, it turns into hopelessness. It's never going to get any better, and now it's depression and anxiety, right? And so what do you do about that? You go to your doctor and you say, I'm suffering. And the doctor says, don't worry about it. We got enough chemicals to knock your ass out. Don't worry about it. This is, you know, this is the modern world, you know. We can put you into such a state of tranquility that you won't know whether you're coming or going. But is that what life is all about? Being drugged? You know, is that what life is all about? Being so stressed out that the only thing you look forward to is television? Right? Being so stressed out that you need the marijuana gummies so you could relax? Now, there's all kinds of means and ways these days, but everything has a price, doesn't it? Yeah, so all the artificial means that we use to try and relax the physical body and calm the mind has a consequence. You know, we're going to wear this body out before we can get anywhere with it. So to realize the possibility, what do you have to do? You have to come out of that which you're that you're paying attention to in an obsessive way. You know, you can't leave it alone. You ever notice that? You ever notice when something happens that upsets your system, you can't leave it alone? Like, you know, the thoughts just keep coming, especially if you're pissed off. Thoughts keep coming, man, God damn it. You know, like that. Or even in depression, the thoughts keep coming, oh, life sucks and then I die. You know, this is the way people are living their lives, you know. So this possibility is a possibility of moving your attention away from that activity and sit still and be silent and sit in a way that you can stay still for a set period of time and pay attention to the belly moving as the body's breathing. And if we do this with a commitment and we do this over time, every day without fail for a set period of time, so we can be in this experience long enough to catch it, be in this experience long enough to recognize what's going on. Because when we move attention from the thought activity and we're paying attention to the belly moving with the body breathing, we're eliminating a lot of the noise and the static that's there when you're obsessively paying attention to that. And now there's just the body breathing. I'm aware of the body breathing. And when I'm aware of the body breathing, the awareness that's aware of the body breathing is not the personality. The personality is a program running in my mind. The awareness of the body breathing is real. It's alive. It's alive. It's real. It's always here. It's never not here. And as I continue to practice meditation and as I continue to experience the calming down of the mind and the relaxing of the body, this experience of my true nature as awareness becomes realer, becomes truer, and it feels good. It feels relaxed, it feels calm. And so we're beginning to realize the truth of our identity. We're beginning to realize our true nature. And it's only available for moments at a time because we have been practicing staying in the head, right? But now through this practice, we're coming out of that. And if you continue to do this so that you begin to experience the truth, which is that when you're in the experience of meditation, the limitations of the body aren't there. When you're in the experience of meditation, you can experience that the space of awareness that I'm experiencing when I'm experiencing myself as awareness is beyond the body. The body is occurring within that space of awareness, but that space of awareness is not within the body. This is realizing reality. This is realizing reality because the truth is that what you are as awareness is not located in the body. And when you experience that, you're experiencing the beginning of the truth. You're experiencing the beginning of your true nature, which is not limited by the body. It's not limited by the mind. And this experience of your true nature is always the same. It's relaxed, it's calm, it's peaceful. And so if you continue to practice every day without fail, this starts to gradually become available. And then if you add to the formal practice the informal practice, and the teacher that speaks about this the most is a teacher called Candace O'Denver. I would advise that you check her out on YouTube. If you practice In the informal way, what that means is instead of just practicing formally, we now begin to practice informally, meaning we're practicing in our ordinary life, during the life that we're living when we're actively involved. And that informal practice is very powerful, because if we do that, what we're doing is while we're living life, while the thinking is happening, while we're moving around, right, we drop our attention to the awareness and just rest as awareness for a brief moment. Keep doing this as much as you can during your daily life. And what will happen over time if you do that is you will be more and more aware of yourself as awareness. You will be more and more aware of awareness as what's real and what is your true nature. And eventually, if you stick with that practice over time, the time will come when you go to rest as awareness, and you will notice, I went to rest as awareness, but I noticed I'm already resting as awareness. And this is when the practice has borne fruit. This is when the practice was realized. Then your true nature is realized. Then you're aware in your life. And when you're aware in your life, you can see the activity of the mind instead of be in the mind. And when you see the activity of the mind, you can see when it is not realistic, and so you don't get involved with that.